that. I started a video and then I hit the button again, so I turned it off. I was just talking a little bit about how I just passed by some sundogs on the prairie here, which is, for those of you who are not familiar, it's an anomaly where the sun is in a very still and cold air, and off to its left and right, and sometimes to straight above, is another light. And in this case, it was actually what looked like little mini rainbows. It's quite pretty. I'll just show you here a little bit of the view of the surroundings and the cold. It's about minus 25 Celsius probably, or maybe minus 11 Fahrenheit. As you can see, it's a very far off horizon. Not much in the way of hills, so this is considered a hill here. It rises up a little bit to my right. Otherwise, very pleasant day. Today I wanted to talk about equipment and the importance of having the right equipment for our success in what it is that we're doing in life, right? To ultimately improve the quality of our life experience. Success is important in whatever our endeavors are. And without the right equipment, we can meet with hardship, challenges, and ultimately failure to that extent, to that particular job. And I got to point out that yesterday, because I just come here to the prairie for a bit, cold, I wasn't well enough equipped to deal with the cold. So I didn't have proper mittens, I didn't have proper footwear, or at least that stuff was packed away. I didn't have access to it. So this morning I picked up a proper pair of insulated protective footwear and some leather gloves with lining. Keep me a bit warmer. I got to do a bit of outside work today as well. And of course, also for driving in this climate, this is not for the faint of heart, really. I mean, it's changed today because of cell phones and roadside assistance and whatnot. But nevertheless, to a certain extent, driving and venturing out of the where people live in this part of the world is a little bit like going to sea on a ship or on a sailboat. You have to prepare yourself. You have to have emergency equipment, because if you break down, you can, for some reason, cell phone didn't work or whatever, and you could literally hurt yourself pretty bad with frostbite, and in some cases with storms even die. Basically, it can be that dangerous. So it's good to have proper footwear, proper, clothing, proper mittens and whatnot, so if we had to walk a ways, we could. It's just all about that, right? It's all about protecting ourselves from those uncontrollables. And one of those uncontrollables is weather, climate, where we're living. Now, as far as equipment goes, again, in a general sense though, as I talked about a number of times, from my impression anyway, equipment is everything. Equipment is our everything we deal with, everything that we use in this life for our benefit, for our quest for success in improving the quality of our lives in some way. Which also includes, well, probably begins with, mental health, the health of our bodies, our ability to train ourselves, train our bodies and our minds to be, fleet of feet, to have great mental acumen or acuity, whatever the term is, alertness, basically, to be aware of things. For example, here I am. This is talking about equipment. Here I am driving this older truck. It's actually too old to be described as top-notch equipment. So it requires even a greater degree of vigilance, which is a good thing. I mean, vigilance is always a good thing. However, driving a vehicle like this, in spite of a great amount of vigilance, the uncontrollables can still happen, which is that old equipment, it's not about if it'll fail, it's about when it'll fail. And it will fail at certain times. Like this thing I just noticed every so often there's something else I have to deal with and be aware of. For example, right now I know there's a little bit of a coolant drip going on. I just noticed it this morning. I had noticed it a while before, but I thought maybe it was because I filled it up too much. But it's dripping a little bit of coolant. And I dare not just put straight water in it, because that will freeze it, freeze the block, and cause me even more damage. So this is a piece of equipment which I'm venturing out into very cold weather with, and I'm relying on it. If I'm not incredibly vigilant, it's going to give me trouble, guarantee, but it will also give me trouble even if I'm not completely vigilant. So that's two measures, that's two parts of our life, isn't it? Right there. There's the uncontrollable, something will eventually fail in spite of my vigilance, but there's also the controllable, the vigilance, and that will go a long ways to making this thing work as optimally as it can. I just thought I'd share a few thoughts this morning once again on the importance of equipment, the importance of maintaining the equipment, the importance of having the right equipment, and that equipment includes ourselves, what we think of as our faculties, ensuring that we have as best of health in our body as we can, ensuring that we have the best mental training for whatever it is that we're going to be doing, that we can, and of course all of the peripheral things that we acquire for our trade or our efforts or our success quests, whatever they may be, are not only the best that we can have, but we keep them the best, maintain them the best. So, your thoughts on equipment? Hope that made some sense. Hope that's helpful. Once again, I'll just show you the surroundings as I drive here. I'm getting close to work, so I'll just show you. Turn this camera around here once again. And that's what happened the last time. Is I rotated the camera, and then in rotating, I pushed the camera button and turned it off. So, see a little wisp of snow last night, which is just like in these parts when it's very cold. Snow is basically like powder. It's not sticky at all. It's not damp at all. It's completely dry. Sweep it with a broom. So when the cars drive down the highway, they just blow it off like dust on a dusty road. Yeah. So you can see the surroundings. The sun is off to my right here, and I'm just hoping I'd catch a sundog again, but they're a little bit. I don't see any evidence of sundogs at this point. I guess it's gotten a little bit warmer, and it's probably burned off the ice crystals. Hopefully I'll catch some more dogs later on. Anyway, Steve here again. I'll sign off. It's great chatting. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.